The Phillies may not be moving forward in the World Series, but they might have another ace up their sleeves. Trea Turner may be looking to join their roster soon enough. It'll blow up the MLB world. If you want to learn more about Turner's potential move and some other big-name MLB players on the trade block, be sure to stick around till the end of the video. Let's get right into it. First up, what's happening right now? The Philadelphia Phillies may not be succeeding on the world stage this season, but they seem to have a couple of moves left to play on the chessboard. If everything goes according to their grand plan, they might have another superstar joining their ranks. If this deal manages to go through, they'll be a threat to watch out for next season. You're probably wondering, who is this mystery man looking to join the Phillies next season? Trea Turner, who plays shortstop, is, as of right now, a free agent and is looking to potentially join the Phillies roster.
Turner's headed home. Here's the throw from Harper, not in time.
Jayson Stark of The Athletic came on 97.5 The Fanatic and talked about some interesting rumblings that were going around about him wanting to join the Phillies. Turner isn't the only talented shortstop on the free agent market right now. We've got Xander Bogaerts, Dansby Swanson, and other players of similar caliber all vying for a place on a big team. It'll be interesting to see who ends up going to which team. What we can tell you is that the unlikeliest of teams will probably end up giving the most competition next season. Next up, why would the Phillies want a new shortstop? It doesn't come as a surprise that the Phillies are looking to upgrade their roster. They saw some shortcomings in the season and want to take steps to ensure that the same mistakes don't end up hindering them again.
And a high fly ball out to center field. Fairchild just in the game. Back to the wall. It is gone!
It's a smart move to want to upgrade their arsenal. They have good pitchers right now, though it never hurts to add more, now does it? Philadelphia is interested in picking out someone from the free agent market, as that way they won't have to pay a huge transfer fee. The best part is they'll be getting a world-class player in return. What could be better than that? It's also worth noting that throughout this season's run, they relied on Bryson Stott and Edmundo Sosa to get there. Signing some fresh talent will let some pressure off of Scott and Sosa's backs and give them a little room to breathe. This will undoubtedly allow them to perform even better in the future and help the Phillies win even more games. Regardless of the cons, we strongly believe this is the best move they can make right now. Another reason why they need a more powerful shortstop is that while Bryson and Edmundo are both solid talents and can help the Phillies to get pretty far into the league, they don't exactly strike fear into their opponents' hearts like a player like Bryce Harper would. If they manage to sign some more talent, it'll make them present a more formidable front. Coming up, is Turner worth it? Trea Turner has no shortage of accolades, showing us why he deserves to be picked out of the lot available right now.
Turner, right field line, and it's beyond the reach of Margot. He's going to second.
The man has 2 All-Star selections to start it all off. He also managed to clinch the 2019 World Series title back when he played for the Washington Nationals. What's more, he also clinched the 2021 batting title back when he hit a .328 batting average across 148 games. Simply put, the man is insane. He snagged the 2021 batting title while he played for both the Nationals and the Dodgers, calling him Mr. Worldwide, cause he played everywhere. He spent this season playing for the Dodgers and managed to hit 21 home runs, get 100 RBI, and stole 27 bases. The man's a natural.
And he rips this one to left. Back and gone. Trea Turner.
He managed to impact the game in so many ways, it's insane to watch. Not only is he a great batter, but he's also a very high-level shortstop. He's responsible for 9 defensive runs saved above average throughout his career. He's got it all and does it all. Teams who have had him on their roster in the past have had a lot of success. Turner will be a hot catch in the free agent market this time around. A lot of big names in MLB will be looking to add him to their roster. Finally, will the Phillies go through with it? We can't say for sure, but almost all of the signs are pointing towards them snagging Turner at the first chance they'll get. He'll be a great addition to the team, and one that they'll be savoring for a long time to come. He has an almost instantaneous effect on teams' performances, and it shows. Who knows? With him on their side, the Phillies might be taking home the next World Series. In our opinion, they should go through with the transfer, as he'll help them in more ways than one. Not only will he bring forth an excellent batting average, but he'll also prove to be a terrifying pitcher, striking fear into batters' hearts. We couldn't be more hyped to see him play for the Phillies next season.
Pulls it, diving stop by Turner, goes to second to get the out.
They are the reigning National League champions, so with another superstar in their midst, they might be looking at winning even more accolades this season. We can already see them going on and destroying a lot of their competition come next season. It'll be interesting to see what Turner can bring to the table for the Phillies. Considering the vast amount of experience this dude has, it might not be too much of a stretch to imagine him as the team captain at some point during the next season. We're sure that the fans are going to fall in love with his charisma and his performances on the playing field. We guess we'll just have to wait to find out. Now let's take a look at some big names on the trading block this offseason. First up, Javier Baez from the Tigers.
Hit toward the hole, Baez from the outfield grass guns it over to Rizzo and makes it look easy.
If you're wondering why his current team might want to trade him in the first place, it's because he signed what can only be described as a more plush version of the same contract that Xander Bogaerts signed, except he earns $20 million more and he gets a player option after the second year. Now, if the Detroit Tigers think they can afford to keep this guy for another season, then by all means go right ahead, but we have to keep in mind that this is a team that lost an astounding 96 games this season. They owe another player of theirs, Miguel Cabrera, $32 million, so holding on to Baez doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Another star player of theirs, Tariq Skubal, had to undergo flexor tendon surgery and is slated to miss much of the next season. So all in all, things don't look that great for the Tigers. We honestly think their best move right now is to let go of Baez and hope to be a tad bit more successful next season. Next up, Cody Bellinger from the Dodgers. Cody Bellinger is a big fish, no doubt, but he just hasn't been his best self over the past few seasons. One could easily argue that he is a shadow of his past self. It would genuinely be a challenge to try and counter that argument. However, even though he seems to be a shadow of his old self, he's still a big name. Having a big name often helps you, even when things seem like they're going downhill. It's also interesting to note that the Dodgers have been forced to keep paying him like he's still an all-star with a salary of $17 million. That's mainly because he was able to snag the National League MVP award back in 2019. Still though, that might be a little too much money for a guy they've had buried in the bottom third of the order pretty much all season. With all these things taken into consideration, we think it's safe to assume that if some other team comes along and offers to pay Bellinger's salary next season, the Dodgers will be more than happy to oblige. Finally, Corbin Burnes from the Brewers.
Pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's the slider. 2 strikeouts now for Corbin Burnes.
Burnes has 2 years of arbitration eligibility left on the bill, and the Brewers probably won't have the funds to re-sign him after that period is over. They're currently faced with 2 choices. Either let this whole deal ride out and become possible World Series contenders in the next 2 seasons, or trade Burnes and earn a buttload of moolah. Given how lackluster their farm system currently is, we think they'll opt for the trade-off option when it comes to Burnes. They need to re-sign a lot of players that play vital roles in the Brewers squads, and if they don't do something fast, they'll be losing a lot of key players, and this would ruin their chances of doing something in the National League and World Series even more. As it stands right now, they have a ton of key players heading toward becoming free agents in 2023. They seriously need to start thinking about their future. Well, that's a wrap for this video. Do you think Trea Turner will end up with the Phillies? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. We'll see you at the next one.